Welcome to Career Shots from Beyond Your School. My name is Tarini Kapoor and I am your host for today. What after school is one of the most critical life decisions for every high schooler and their parents. Beyond Your School is a platform that brings together different stakeholders to help students navigate and this complex process successfully. Our guest for today is Fatima Kashtwari. She's a freshman at King's College London. Welcome, Fatima.
Hi, excited to be here and offer advice as a stakeholder, which makes me sound important.
Yes. So tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, so hi, I study liberal arts at King's. I just got over my first semester and I study a bunch of things. So if anybody's interested in liberal arts, they should probably start looking up what it means because it confuses you later in life as well when you're studying it. I live in right in the middle of London, and it's been quite something.
So how are you liking KCR?
How am I liking KCL? It's way different from anything I've ever done, seen, or experienced. And it's one day at a time. You don't know what to expect from it, especially I think students in the CBSE. It's a big leap. Uh, but yeah, so far so good.
So how is the shift from CBSE though?
The shift is insane, genuinely, especially for students who do humanities, because we shift from not being allowed to give our opinion to our opinion being the most valued thing. You enter a seminar and all you're asked is, what is your opinion? What is your take on this? What do you think about this? And that's what basically essay writing is as well. You keep talking about your opinion, except with a lot of evidence. But it's a big difference. And I feel like people who do foundation years have a big advantage to sort of understand what they're doing. So if somebody does have the option of doing a foundation, I think they should, because otherwise it's really difficult from CBSE to this sort of study pattern. Because we're spoon fed in CBSE, everything, even like our opinions. You're supposed to have this opinion, say this, so that the teacher gives you marks. But here, it's very different. Even like citing, for example, it's insane. We've never cited anyone except for like our textbooks. And our textbooks said everything for us, and it was all in one place. But here you have to cite in three different ways from three different textbooks that you have to source yourself and sort of look for whatever you really want to say and make an argument about it. Yeah, there has to be a certain level. It takes a lot to get used to.
But it sounds interesting though.
It is.
So did you always know that you wanted to go abroad?
I don't think I always knew. I think in the 11th grade, I was like, okay, maybe the UK is an option. I won't lie, my priority was not outside of India. That changed in the lockdown. Uh, but it was always at the back of my head that Ireland and UK, I'll just apply. Let me just see what happens. Because UK, Ireland are cheaper options. The US and Canada, you have to pay quite a bit. Um, Ireland, UK don't really require counseling if you're up for it. If you're up for hauling a little bit, you can get through it without a counselor. So, no, I did not always know, but it was like a thing that it was like a backup option that I had that I wanted to explore. So now here I am.
So did you always know that you wanted to do liberal arts or did you change your courses or majors?
I think I always wanted to be a writer. That was always a thing that I want to write. I want to study English. That was always the thing, which is what I'm going to major in. And other things, I have had shifting interests. I was interested in music. I was interested in the social sciences. So with liberal arts, that gave me the sort of freedom to do all of that. Like I can still go and explore music, or sort of like the social sciences. Like for now, I study a mix of critical theory, literature, film, history. So it's a bit of everything that I do. So I kind of had an idea that this is what I want to explore. But saying that liberal arts is a plan is not true because it's not. It's you're doing a bunch of things. Uh, so it was English, and then it went to I want to also go around looking at these things.
That's nice. So, does UK have the flexibility to change courses?
UK does not have the flexibility to change courses. Even with a liberal arts course like myself, I am having to choose my major in my second semester, which otherwise in liberal arts is sort of unusual because in liberal arts you kind of do it in your second year, last semester, or in your third year. But here it's a bit different. So the flexibility is not really provided because the UK system is a little bit like India, where you choose your course and you do that for 3 years and that's your BA degree. So it's just with my course that there's certain flexibilities with modules and all of that. But overall, no, the UK does not provide flexibility.
And the deciding process has three factors: the course, the university, and the country. So, according to you, which factor comes first, and how do you decide that?
For me, I think it was since I was only applying to do like one country beside my own, the country was always there for me. So it was the course definitely. And then college. Like if I'm making an effort enough to go outside my country and pay so much for it, obviously I would want to be in one of the top universities there. So definitely out of my five choices that I applied to, King's was one of the top few that I had because of obviously the prestige that it comes with, but also because the course provided me everything that I wanted. It was my best option, and yeah, that's why I went with it. But I
And how,
feel like, sorry,
nothing, nothing. Continue.
uh, but I feel like a lot of times people pick college over course, and I don't think one should do that. There's no point suffering.
Yeah, completely. So, how did you go through this process? Like, did you get hire a counselor, or did you do it all on your own?
I did not get a counselor. I didn't have that option because I applied as I said, like it just came up as a thing that I wanted to explore. So I never hired a counselor. I didn't feel like the need to. I've been writing essays my whole life. I do it for other people. I do it as a side thing. If anybody's watching this who's also interested, please just tell me. So I didn't feel the need to do it because the UK process is much simpler than the US process. It's just one UCAS essay, unless obviously some universities do ask for another essay after your application. For example, the University of Birmingham does that. Uh, but for the most part, it's just one essay that you have to do and that you have to nail. So I thought that was doable. And other than that, it's just the IELTS process that you have to do. Now, what I think generally students need help with is your filing of your visa and the sort of like paperwork processes. The university application itself, I feel, is very easy. And no, I don't, I, I don't think there's a need for the UK.
I
Although, if
agree.
you do have the resources, um, if you have the money for it and all of that, go for it because most people don't apply to just one country and they do it for multiple countries like US, UK, and Canada. And I have seen a lot of people go through the hassle of it, and it is extremely taxing, especially with schoolwork. I mean, our batch lucked out a little bit because we didn't have that much pressure of school in our last year. But if one does have the resources for it, they should definitely go for a counselor.
I agree. So, what were the some of the challenges that you faced during the admission process? and after reaching there at campus?
During the admission process, okay, this is a little controversial, but the administration in UK colleges is a little slow. So one does face frustration as to where is my document, where is this, where is that, what is happening, why aren't they replying to me? It was also because the unprecedented upsurge in the amount of people that came to the UK this year to study. But it does happen. But I want to assure everybody that everybody gets their stuff done. It's just they take a lot of time here. It's just how it is. It's India 2.0. So that's that. While coming to campus, okay, so I don't think people tell you this. Um, because most UK, not most of them, London universities are they're not campus universities, they're city universities. You have no idea where you're going. If you're not living in a college student accommodation, in a student accommodation that your college provides, it gets very difficult to sort of travel around and figure your way out, especially because as Indian students, we come usually from very sheltered backgrounds. We don't really take the bus or the tube that much. So that's a shift. We walk around so much here. That's one thing. You have to sort of, you have to do all your paperwork yourself. I feel like the US spoon feeds their kids quite a bit, which makes sense because of the amount they charge. Here, you kind of have to do everything yourself, figure out a doctor for yourself, register with them, your ID, you have to go pick it up, all of these things. Even like the societies, there's a separate student union. So the university doesn't really have any connection with the societies. So you have to make quite the effort to go there and sort of reach there, all of that. So it's definitely a lot more overwhelming if you're not living on campus, because it's London. There's no way there's a campus here. But definitely if you go to a campus university instead of a city one, the experience is way different. So I think definitely prioritize on where you want to go, because it's a shock. It is a shock when you come here and there's no one to sort of help, because obviously universities try as much as they can, but then there's so many students. London is apparently the biggest student city there is. There's the most amount of students here. Whenever you go out, you look around, you all you find is kids with lanyards. You see an LSE kid, you see a UCL kid, you see a UAL kid. um so it's a student city, but it's a lonely city at the same time. So unless you're very independent or very sure of yourself, think twice before coming to London.
I mean, that's a lot of great, useful insights. And do you have any advice to the people going through the process right now?
Take a deep breath, please. Sit down, calm down. It's okay. Everybody around you is going through the same thing. Don't take yourself so seriously, because everything falls into place. I didn't know where I was going, and I think I'm doing fine right now. And it's the same with a lot of us. If you write your essays, please make people read them around you. Get insights from people who've gone to the same university. Try to get in contact with seniors. Take the most help out of your school counselors. They're sitting there because of you. They're getting paid for it. So please don't be scared of them. Um, and just don't feel pressurized to sort of get everything done in time. You have a lot of time right now. What is it, December? You have time till January. You don't have to submit your application tomorrow and have it be like a horrible application. Take your time to make it a good application. And just be optimistic that it'll happen. It takes time, but things happen.
That's really great advice. I'm sure this will be very helpful for everybody watching. And thank you everyone for watching this. For more such insights, please visit www.beyondyourschool.com. Thank you.